Okay, I've come up with this whole thing around the black anise for unorthodox. So, um, whoever plays here is going to have to be quite nimble because I've just written this scene where these kids, these silly kids, these teenagers are going to think, oh no, I'll go make an offering to Black Annis and gain access to the portals to the underworld, because that's why they're making offerings to her. This satanic cult are making offerings in the caves and that to the Black Annis because she digs the tunnels to the underworld. She has access to the underworld, and if they're good with her, they might be able to gain favour with the devil. It's like a loophole. Let's just say it's like an occult loophole that most devil worshippers and that don't know about. You have to be like the underground. I need to come up with a name for the actual cult itself, but I'm starting with who it is that they make the offerings to, and that because it's based around Europe. Um, we're going to be doing a lot of filming on on location unless we can make the film set look like England or something. Um, because this is based on here, and because it ties into the whole the Holy Trinity bloodline, because one of the bloodlines would be the reigning kings. I'll just have to give him like a fictional king name, like King Rupert or something like that, and trying to contain the bloodlines to make sure that the three bloodlines paths don't ever cross. So they do things, they do black magic in that to keep the Holy Trinity apart. But through Benjamin Day, through the Quantum Menace, going on his thing in Quantum Menace Part 1, he crosses paths with the main character who is the priest in Unorthodox. And then, because Benjamin's one of the bloodlines, he's like the fourth son of the Holy Spirit bloodline. He comes together with the priest, who then helps them work with the king and that to protect the Holy Trinity bloodline. The King David bloodline is going all the way back to the King David bloodline, because obviously this is a biblical thing. It's a supernatural movie to do with the occult and that. So I need to come up with a name with the cult and the devil worshippers and that, but they will worship Anise, Black Annis, however you want to say it. I've looked up all the different pronunciations, and it's more commonly Anise or Anise. There's Ani. So I don't know. Well, if I can find it makes me think of anus, even though she looks like one. But yeah, I'm trying to. I mean, her name doesn't have to. The name of the god doesn't have to be. The devil doesn't have to be Anise, or Annis, but that's who I'm definitely basing it on. I'm making it so that this god, this devil that they worship, is the tunnel builder to the underworld, and it means that you can, if you can please the Black Annis, if you can please this devil, will please this demon, she'll give you access to the devil. She's like the gatekeeper to the underworld, so to speak. And all you have to do is make a sacrifice to her and not make a sacrifice to the devil, which is a higher price to pay. And some of these people don't want to have to sacrifice their looks or their fame or their popularity or their whatever in order to meet the devil. So they do it by greasing the palm of this demon Anise. Name change probably coming, so expect that, but for now. So this is going to be the whole thing. And when the Pope did what he did and opened the gates to hell, he basically opened the door straight to the devil, where the black anise is kind of no longer required. And it needs to be, the portal needs to be shut. The one that the Pope opened, it needs to be shut, because now every man and their dog can have access to it, so it needs to be shut down. But there's only the Holy Trinity bloodline, that have the power to shut this down, because their bloodlines are, like mentioned in the Bible, their bloodlines are connected to the King David bloodline, that sort of thing. So now I'm thinking the actress who plays her is going to have to be quite nimble, because I've just written this scene where these kids go to do like an offering, they sacrifice a thing. Like they find a dead bird and they're like, well, at least we don't have to kill it. Like, I don't really want to have to kill something, but it doesn't say that it has to be a fresh kill. It just says, take the dead animal or take the dead whatever to the gate and put this down and do that and yada yada and blah blah blah. And then of course when they hear her scuttling around in the cave, the actress is going to have to be quite nimble, like, Andy Serkis sort of Gollum, sort of quite nimble. And then her makeup is just going to have to be spectacular. I want her makeup to be just like for people to gasp. She's got one eye and she's all like green, and but I'm going to write it in that because she wears skin, she wears the skin of like young children, the black anise does. And so I'm going to have it that she also can be like a temptress, where she comes across all feminine and charming, and that's how she lures like victims to her cave, lures prey to her cave, because she drinks blood, you see, and she can't always grab children. So so she lures people like with the promise of having a quick one in a cave or something like that, and then she grabs the victims, and she'll dress like a beautiful woman. So I need, like, when she's home in her cave and when she's luring people, like with Hansel and Gretel, how the witch has like the gingerbread house and she lures the kids in, kind of like that. That's got a bit of a Black Annis premise to it, where the witch lures the children in with the promise of goodies and things like that. So she can be quite the hypnotic temptress, but she's the one who digs the tunnels to the underworld, the catacombs, and all of that. I should actually put a mention of her in Lucian's Dragon then, because he has to go down into the catacombs. I've got to rewrite it all anyway, so so the actress that plays her is going to have to be very nimble and very good at being able to switch sides psychologically. And her makeup, like when she's in demon form, her makeup is just going to have to be. I just want like people to gasp. So the special effects makeup and that, the people are going to have to be really creative. So exciting. So I'll have to have someone play the king, the priest, and the rebel. The Holy Trinity. But that's the one thing they can't have, is the Holy Trinity coming together. Because once that happens, that's it. There's like an alignment, and the portal gate, when he puts the four fingers through the thing, and it opens, it reveals the portal to heaven, where the angels come out from Holy War the movie. and then that's it. That's the end game for all the devils and demons and that. So the Pope, when he opened up the gates, he opened up direct access where they didn't even have to go through the tunnels that Anise built. They can just go walk straight in. So yeah, so that's what the unorthodox is about, because he's got to like the Christian Orthodox priest has got to delve into very unorthodox practices in order to get these portal gates shut. Yeah, because as soon as the angels jump through, it seals everything off, doesn't it? Because nothing can escape. Demons can't escape angels. So as soon as the angels jump through the portal that was opened by the Pope, the demons and devils have got nowhere to run. So in Holy War the movie, it's the angels and gods and that coming through that portal to clean up the mess, to clear out, to sweep the streets and the planet, to clear the globe of all the devils and demons that got released, to extinguish them or take them to hell. So yeah. So the name of the devil that they worship is probably more than likely going to change, but based mostly on the Black Annis. But I listened to this really interesting story, The Preacher and the Poltergeist, and it's based on real events that happened around I believe it's like the Lancashire, don't quote me, like pretty regional, not far from here sort of thing, that has been very intriguing because it's not a cut and dry answer of, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. I think for some of the part they were being tormented by neighbours, like they were the victims of like gang stalking, so to speak, by neighbours and that, like hiding in the attic and stuff like that. But mixed with some paranormal stuff and supernatural stuff and all of that. But there's things that happened in it, in this, and it is real documented true story events and that I want to like kind of incorporate into the movie, because obviously when you go and make your offerings to the devil, you get a reply, and if you're not psychologically balanced and supernaturally pure, like I said, demons like to play with you first, and it always starts with wearing you down on a psychological level. They play with their prey because it's your karma. So like if you've done things, if you've sinned, if you've done things where your soul is now being collected by the devils and demons that you signed the contracts to, that you sinned for, that you sacrificed for, and all that sort of thing, when it comes to collecting your debt, they like to torment you first, and it always starts with your mind. They mess with your head, and then that starts wearing you down on a physical level, like it shows on your body. And I always say, once the mind goes, the body goes, the soul is sure to follow. You basically end up like willing yourself to die from the karma. So yeah, so they like to mess with you. They mess with your head, and things like paranormal activity, like where you hear the footsteps and the knocking on the door and the baby crying and the woman crying, and that they're all temptations to mess with your head. So when these things are happening in your life, you need to sit and ask yourself, is it something I've done? Is it something someone in the house has done, or someone who used to live in the house? Like, these are very serious things that go on. So now I get to use my expertise to put into all these movies and freak people out, because some of this stuff is based on real folklore and real mythology and real like local myths and legends and stuff. So it's be great for tourism if I even ended up making anything that was really famous. But yeah, we may have to film on location here. The kids will be a lot, some of these actor kids will just have the most incredible opportunities to get out and see the world for a little bit. Otherwise, if there is a mythological creature that's like that, like the Black Annis based around Eastern Europe, then we could just film it all around there. But Holy War the movie, I mean, I want to be able to film that in places like Italy and that, so just like little bits of it, even if they're only there for a couple of days to do like one scene. Get them all on buses and get them out to different countries making their little movies and that. It's a great way to get the kids out seeing the world. And when you think of the places, the homes and the living situations where a lot of these kids are going to be going back to for a little while, we can make them feel like they're in a completely magical world. So, as I said to my nephew, in my head, I secretly call the foundation Imagination Land. So yeah, but I'm still listening to folklores and from all around the world and that. So the location of where the devil or demon is might change. Just be prepared for that. Her name might change, your location might change, it might change. Once I get it down on my laptop though, that's it. It's locked in. But for now, this is the seed that I've planted. I just I want her makeup to be just something. I like when she comes out of that cave and she's kind of like crawling on all fours with her long spindly fingers and her green skin, and it's all slimy and her hair's all straggly, and it's like quite a shock to what she looks like when she's luring people in. But yeah, I want it to be like a gasping moment, so she's going to have to be quite nimble the way she moves, because I want her to move sort of like spider like hearing her fingers along the ground as her fingers are touching the like that. Yeah, and you'll hear it coming from the back of the cave. And then like, because the kids will have insulted her by basically using a bird that they found, and then she's going to deal to them, and then there's going to be posters up, these kids are missing, and it's on the news, and the parents, if you've run away sort of thing. But we know what happened to them. We know. The parents will never know, but we know. And it wasn't good. So, yeah. And so I just keep hearing that as her long fingers are scuttling along the ground. So, yeah. I just hurry up and get me justice, Lord. I want to hurry up and get these movies made. I want to build my movie studio, and because we'll have a broadcasting studio in there as well for any of the TV stuff that we're going to do. It means that if we have to do any inside filming, we've got the broadcasting studio. So if we need to do like living rooms or inside a store that isn't one of the stores that we've already got there or anything like that, we can use the broadcasting studio. We'll have a lot of buildings that we can use, but yeah, for inside, outside and that, we've got it covered. So yeah, it's just exciting. I can't believe it's like the dam burst. Just by changing one thing. It's just like the universe opened up and there was this whole new world sitting there that I hadn't even seen before. Unbelievable. I've got the finishing touches on the Royal Oak Tree Inn, like how I want that to look, how, if it's any one of those castles or palaces or mansions or whatever that I end up buying, like I've got it all set in my head. Like I'm all ready to go. I'm ready to go. It's like I got my bags packed and I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting to get the green light to say, here's the money. We've wiped everything. Like, we're sorry. Take your kids and go. And then I just have to, bloody hell, I feel so stink if I go to apply for a visa to Russia and he turns around and says no. I'll be like, what? I'll yell at him. You better not say no. The things I'm going to be able to do for Russia's tourism, entertainment and food and beverage industry. I'm going to be a great ambassador to any country that lets me set up a foundation there. So, and then because the more foundations I build, the more movies in that we can make, the faster we can get it all done. But for now, this is just for now. I mean, they made 28 days later on £1 million. And it ended up making a gajillions of money. So we can make an occult movie. we can make a movie we can make at least one movie. And then it gives me time to look for investors and look for talent, and like I've got a step by step plan. Like everything is in perfect formation now. This is just me putting the finishing touches on, because basically I want to sit down with my team of writers and say, right, these are the movies I've come up with, these are the games I've come up with, these are the TV shows I've come up with, pick one of each, which one do we want to do first? I'm kind of hoping Message in a Bottle is the one we do first. My little short movie. I want to turn that into a ballet to perform in the theatre and that, but yeah, so, but whatever, because they'll know the genre, they'll know like everything, so they'll say, well, this one would probably be the best one to do because it'd be the cheapest. It means that we can start making it now while you're getting investors in, because I'm going to fund a lot of this myself. I'm going to buy the property myself out of my own money, and I might be able to start a couple of the projects with my own money, but then for anything else I'll need investors. So yeah, I'm putting money aside for my boys, finding us a home, and then everything else is everything that I get from this lawsuit and all of that is all being poured into the foundation. I'm giving it all away. That's the 2007 dream with the Southport riots and London's calling and all that. The money on the ground that I wanted to pick up, but I was too scared to touch, but I knew it was okay for me to pick it up. That's this money. Like the money that I'm getting from what was done, it just doesn't feel right to keep it. I want to be able to do good things with it because it's blood money is what it is, and it doesn't feel right to keep blood money. So I want to go do good things with it and use it to, grow other futures for other people. Be philanthropic with it and just basically give it away. But give it away in such a way that it invests back into the company so that everyone's guaranteed a wage coming in. The kids are guaranteed a place to stay. We're guaranteed projects coming in, that sort of thing. So, yeah, I don't even care if it's a risky financial investment. Even if I only manage to stay open for a couple of years, the kids and the staff will have the best couple of years of their lives. But if I've done this right, this is a legacy I can leave behind for my children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, just like Disney. Doing it like Disney, but the right way. And it's going to start with my supernatural horror about ritual sacrifices. I'm going to be the queen of Halloween, I'm telling you now. So I need just, oh, come on, Lord, please. Oh, I need to hurry up and get out of here because the clock is ticking. I'm running out of time to get all of what I need done up and running by Halloween, by the 1st of October of next year. And then if I can get all the stores and business side of it up and running, then the January of 2027, we can open the doors and actually let the students through, because then everything will be up and running. I can have like the Royal Oak Tree Inn, and that can all be up and running. So yeah, clock is ticking. It's like, come on, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I've still got to create the musical and that. So, but yeah, I'm going to need a lot of hands on deck for this. A lot of creative minds and busy bodies. But I really think we can pull it off. I really, really do. I just need to hurry up and get justice and get my money so that I can get out of here with my boys and go and make some dreams come true. So that's what I have for Unorthodox so far. So let's see where this goes. I'll speak to you later. Ka kite anō. Mwah.